It took a while to get in, but here I am. So, our Qigong practice. Today, we're going to start sitting by connecting, first purifying ourselves and connecting to the universe and to the earth. So go ahead and bring your hands together. Open up your thumbs. Breathe into your hands. Let the left hand rise, connecting to the universe, and the right hand come down to the earth, connecting to the earth. As both hands come down, and they're right around the dantian, the area right below our navel, 2 inches below our navel. That connect, that stores the chi, and that connects to the heart of the earth. There are 3 centers in Qigong. Our heart center connects to humanity, and I can't remember what the Chinese name is, but it's behind our third eye and underneath the crown of our head, and that connects us to the heart of the universe. So let's just take a moment to connect to the heart of the earth and the heart of the humanity and the heart of the universe. Just feel the heart of all of these amazing, the earth and humanity and the universe. Just feel it. Surround us and fill us up. That's the basic principle of life, is love. And then from here, we'll just start rocking back and forth. So from sitting bone to sitting bone, as we rock over to one side, that arm lifts as the sitting bone comes down to the earth. So just going back and forth. And if it feels more comfortable to let your legs out straight, or even to sit on a chair, feel free to do that. Just rocking back and forth, back and forth, opening up the side body, letting chi come in. Beautiful chi. If you want to make the gestures a little bigger, you certainly can. Walking up higher one way, then the other. And then more slowly, come on down. And as you do this, just settle down and close your eyes down for a moment and feel, and do a little scan of your body. If you feel any tension or tightness anywhere, you can just soften that and relax into it, bringing ease and comfort into those areas of your body. And sometimes, if you put a smile on your face, that can really help bring joy into whatever you might be doing. So just walk back and forth again for a moment. Settle in that scan of your body. And then from here, we'll come to standing up. So, start by relaxing or continuing with this idea of your body really relaxed. Just flutter your fingers. Just your fingers. And your thumb. Flutter. Ensure that your shoulders stay relaxed so you can do a little scan of your body. And then slow it down. Stop. And then we'll flutter our hands, mostly from the wrists, just back and forth, back and forth. And slow it down, move to the side. We will bring our hands up over our head and shake them down. Shake, shake, shake. You can bring them down, come up a little higher, out further, wherever it feels right for you. You know, as you're standing, make sure that your knees are soft. They're straight, but they're soft. They're not rough. I don't know if you can see that. Oh. I don't think you can see it when I put up my knees, but I'm sure you can feel it. My guess is you can feel the difference between rock knees and just straight soft. Okay, so now we'll come back. And then rock back and forth a different way we did. We went from side to side earlier. Again, scanning your body, keeping it as relaxed, soft as you can. Slow it down, making gestures a little slower. Now we'll come around and go around our spine. You can tap your body as you're doing this. I like to lift up my heels. I go to one side, lift up the opposite foot. Okay, that's me. Got a little bit more of a twist. Slowly come back to center. And we'll tap our bodies. We do this with a soft fist. And start at the groin. There are lots and lots of lymph nodes there. This helps us keep healthy. And go back and forth across your body. Keeping wherever it feels right for you. This helps move the chi around. All the way up to the collarbones. Then open up your arm and get under. Make sure you get under that underarm. Turn your palm up to the sky and tap down your fingertips. And then turning the palm down, tap from your fingertips up the outside of your arm, all the way up. And then we'll get the other side. So just start tapping. The other side. Come back and forth. You know, and some of us might only be able to tap one side of our body. That's fine. So just do that. Just tap that side. Of course. That's all good. All good. Okay, and then get under your arm. And turn your palm up to the sky. Come on down to your fingertips. And turn your hand downward. Fingertips come all the way up your shoulder and your knee. Nice. And now we'll get around our neck and even our head. We stimulate our neck. Always sound mind. And now, come on back behind us. As high as you can, up there, and then come up and out, push. Then come up around the kidneys. And come just tap down the kidney channel, all the way to the outside of our legs. And up the inside of our legs.
And the leg muscles are bigger and stronger, so maybe you can tap a little bit harder here. Then come up
In front of our legs. Right to the groin again. Just tap that groin. Doing a little scan of your body. Keeping the muscles that you're not using soft. Even the muscles that you are using, keep them soft. Relaxed. Okay, and now we're going to pump energy up into our heart. So what we do is we bring our arms forward and lift up our heels, and then drop the arms and the heels. Boom, boom, boom. Just might feel that energy going into your heart. And actually, I don't find this as effective, but it's nice to do a little jump into our life so you can even jump up if you'd like to. Okay, so now the next series of movements are aimed at joints of the body. And so we'll start with the neck, which is a series of joints, really. So hands over the dantian, and just circle the head around the neck, shoulders. And when you go back, make sure you don't drop your head back. Just let it ease back gently. So then 3 or 4 times, one direction, and then come back in front, and circle around. Come back to center. Let your arms rest at your sides. Now look at our shoulders. So we'll start by going back, up, forward, back, up, forward. Let your arms gently move with your shoulders, which is almost not easy to do the other way. And now we'll reverse. So go forward, up, forward, up, forward, up, and back. One more time, forward, up, back. This way we lead with our chest nice and open. And actually somebody the other day was telling me that's what singers like to do, is to do it, that they lead with the chest nice and open. So they need more room for the breath. Singing. Open up your arms. Now, feel how we'll just start by letting our arms come back, their palms facing up. But now, move with your elbows. See how that changes the movement. Maybe not in a way that is visible, but certainly in a way, for me anyway, that is very different than just moving my arms. And then turn the palms down. And so the same thing here. Just start by moving your arms. Then bring your elbows into the action, or even your shoulder blades. You can generate movement from your shoulder blades. To me, it seems almost similar. Where I move from the intention of moving from my elbows and my shoulder blades. Open up that beautiful heart. Open up the lungs, nurturing lungs. Roll out the shoulders a little bit. Like that actually works with my shoulders anyway. So it might be nice to bring a sense of relaxation into it. As we scan our body again, the arms at our sides, so just do a little body scan. Remember comfort to just soften and relax. Now we'll come and put our hands on our hips and just circle those hips around. Hula hoop hips. Round and round, round. Those directions. Now remember that smile. The facial muscles relax. When we bring joy into our movements, I think that it exponentially increases the effect of the movement. But I haven't researched that particularly. Okay, so now let's do figure eights with our hips, going forward and then coming back, around. So this might feel a little difficult at first, and that's okay. Maybe go a little bit slower with the real intention of doing a figure eight. And my figure eight is going from side to side at first. And so I'm going to come back to center and go the opposite way. So one way I was moving clockwise direction to the right. Then when I reversed direction, I was going in clockwise direction to the left. Left side. That makes some sense. And then come on back, and we'll go forward and back. So circle around, clockwise, forward, and then come back. Circle counterclockwise back. You want to feel some lovely, easy flow movements in your hips here. Okay, so now we'll come back to center and reverse directions. Go forward, counterclockwise, and back clockwise. Moving those hips around. I used to hula hoop a lot when I was a child. I don't think I could hula hoop different clockwise, but I never tried, so who knows. Anyway, okay, now come on back. Nice. So now we'll work on our knees. So let's just give our knees some love, those beautiful, beautiful knees. And so there's a couple positions that you can do with your hands. You can take your fingertips and put them around your kneecap, and you'll get some acupressure points. Or you can just have your hands flat on your knees. So whichever way you choose, that's wonderful. And we'll go first forward and back, and forward and back, and forward and back. And then we'll go around and around and around with the knees going in the same direction. And then reverse that same direction. They're still going in the same direction. The opposite way. And now they'll go in different directions. Out, and then back, reverse it. Going back and coming around forward. Back and out and forward. Give them some warmth again. And now we will work with our feet. So if you need, this requires a little bit of balance, and if you need some help, I'll pretend like there's a wall here. Just have your hand against the wall. But if you want to work on your balance, use as little support as possible, making sure you feel safe, though, of course. So now, coming onto your big toe, just circle your foot around your big toe. One way, and then the other. And then we'll bring our foot in front of us and circle the foot around the ankle, lifting the foot off the floor. Although you could do it, this would be another way. You don't get quite as much into the ankle as you do if you lift the foot up. One side. So come on back. The toe, so you're really getting the toe and the ankle here. And come forward, go around, round, 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 one way, and then the other. Up and down, side, side, side. You know, I should also say that all of these can be done sitting down. The hips maybe not quite as much, but yeah, you can move around on your hips when you're sitting in a chair as well. Okay, so feet. So now I'd like to add something to this, and so our legs. So this again takes balance, and you can do this sitting. So you can bring your hand, if you need to, up against a wall or on a chair, and circle your whole leg around that hip. 3 times in one direction, 3 times in the other direction. Then come on back. Now you can grab hold of your thigh so that you keep it stationary. You can really just circle your lower leg around your knee one way, and then the other. And then we'll just circle our foot around, losing balance a little bit. Circle our foot around our ankle, one way and the other, and shake it out again. And of course, what we do with one side, we want to do the other. But take a moment to do that scan of your body. Maybe I feel a difference between each leg, especially around the hip area. Me too. You might not. It's all good. Okay, so we'll bring the other leg up and just circle the whole leg around that hip socket. It's like we're moving that fluid, the synovial fluid around that socket to be healthy. And the other way, and then the knee. So if you need to grab hold of your thigh, please do to keep it stationary so you can really get into the knee. One way. And then the other. And come back and then do your foot. One way. And then the other. Shaking one out. And you know, so I also teach yoga, and one of the tips, and we'll do balancing a little bit, but one of the tips I've learned over the years to help with balance is, first of all, a drishti. That would be a non-moving object in front of you, and that can really help balance. And it's you're looking at the drishti, that spot, with really soft eyes. And sometimes our head has to move as we go into a balancing pose. So our eyes have to move too, and in which case you've got to just keep your eyes really soft. And on the same plane as your head is moving. So that's one tip, the drishti. And then the other one would be to lift up, not just at the pelvic floor, because that can be very helpful, but also around the solar plexus area. Just let your hands rest at your sides for a moment. And take a breath in and lift up through the solar plexus area. And what I feel immediately is a little release in my shoulders. And that's a possibility, and I hope that you feel that way too. This can really help for any fatigue in this area in our back. It can really help for back pain. I actually heard of one person who was a hairdresser with her arms up like this all the time, who was thinking she needed surgery. And when she started lifting from the solar plexus, that really, really prevented her getting surgery. As far as I know, I haven't heard otherwise in years, so which is pretty wonderful. Okie doke. So that being said, we'll do a little bit more balance just so we can incorporate these little tips into our balance. So find your drishti and lift up from the pelvic floor and the solar plexus. Your shoulders relax and just bend one knee. It doesn't matter which one. Do a little quadricep stretch here, where we pull our foot up as high as we can in towards our body, and we keep our knees as close together as we can, so you'll feel a nice stretching of the quadricep. Just take a couple of breaths here. Then let go of that leg, of that foot, and bring the whole knee forward and see if you can just lift up on the knee, keeping your back as straight as you can. And maybe even open it up to the side. Then bring it back down, back to the center and down. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So, and each side may be very different. So grab hold of the other foot. Gotta find my drishti. And pull that foot up. And this leg for me is very different. It might be for you. So you feel a nice stretching your quadricep, bringing your knees as close together as you can. Then release that, hold on the ankle, come around, grab hold your shin, keeping your back as straight as you can. Pulling that knee into your body. Shoulders relax and keep that lift. The solar plexus. There we go. And there we go. Very nice. Okay, so now we'll work our hands and we'll get a little elbow movement in here too. So the first thing we'll do is interlace our hands and just circle around our wrists. And like I said, you can feel it in the elbows. So we'll go one way, and then the other. And then this is, some people call this anti-arthritis Qigong. I like to call it. I like to think of it more positive. Healing hands Qigong. So tapping at the wrists. And then on the baby finger side of your hand. Usually it's around 9 times. Let's count when I'm talking. And then we'll take that gentle fist again. So you want to get your thumb, your palm, your fingers, circle your head. Tap all around the hands, and in the back of the hands, get the back of the fingers. Over to the thumb. And then the other hand. A little scan of your body as you're doing this. Keeping yourself nice and relaxed. Then turn over. Okie doke. And now we do Tai Chi is called an eagle's beak, where all 4 fingers touch the thumb. We tap with that, with our eagle's beak. And again, we want to get the fingers, thumb, as well. I'm starting with the back of my hand with this one. And it doesn't matter, just as long as you get both sides. And then palm of my hand, that side, getting the fingers in the thumb. And then the other hand, I'm starting with the palm of this one. In the back of the hand. Keeping my knees soft, I hope you're keeping your knees soft. And then now we get between the webbing between our fingers with a relaxed hand, but we do it with the finger part of the hand, not the hand part of the hand. So you just tap between the fingers, starting with. It doesn't matter. You can start with the thumb and index finger, or baby finger and the ring finger. And again, it's about 9 times. So now I'm between ring and middle and index, then index and thumb, the other hand. And I'm going to start with the other hand between my thumb and index finger, just so we know that it's not strictly going in one direction. We can go in any way. And some people will actually go from finger to finger to finger, back and forth and back and forth. I think the important thing is that you just get the chi moving. And the way to get the chi moving is with these nice taps here. So now let's get between that padding between the fingers and the thumb. And this is a nice acupressure point that we can massage. We have a headache or something, it can be helpful. So this way, keeping your knees soft and shoulders relaxed. Do a neck scan, a body scan. And then I've changed, so my other hand is on top now. And now we'll just tap the tops of our hands, the backs of our hands together. One hand's on top. Now I'm going to change it. Amazing hands. What a delight to take care of our hands like this. So now let's give our hands a little massage. So rotate around your wrist. And then with your thumb on top and your fingers underneath, get the palm. And the fingers. Now you milk this down to the earth. Some people can actually see stuff coming off our hands. So I've been told. So just put that right down to the earth. Then I like to get the whole hand and shake that out. And then the other hand. So the wrist, circling around the wrist. So actually, before we get started, let's just do a little scan of our body. Soft knees, soft shoulders. Then get the wrists and then massage. The whole back is palm of the hand. Every little area, and then milk the fingers down to the earth. So let them go. What no longer serves us, and we're giving it to Mother Earth because Mother Earth just is this wonderful reciprocal relationship between ourselves and the earth, where we can give it our waste products. This beautiful earth, our waste products, and the earth turns it into flowers. So it nurtures this beautiful cycle of life. Okie doke. So now with our hands nice and soft and filled with chi, I have to take off my glasses for the next part because we're going to give ourselves a facial. So start with your double knuckles at your third eye, right above your eyebrows here, and smooth out along the sacred terrace. That's what they call the forehead. Just smooth it out all the way up to your hairline. And then come to your temples and circle around your temples and above your ear. And again, just make sure that you are keeping your knees soft, shoulders soft. Circle them, make little circles in front of your ears. Then come on down to the jaw joint. Circle around the jaw joint. One way and then the other. Then I like to open up my hands and we can give our eyes a little massage here. I do these some of these exercises every day, but not necessarily as detailed as we're doing it right now. So if you feel like you'd like to, so you don't have to spend as much time necessarily as we're doing it right now. So get into the corner of your eye, and then circle the eye socket. So we circle up and out to the back, to the outer corner of our eye, then we come back to the inner circle down over the eye socket. And then gently rub your eyes. We'll circle around again. And this is something, a little acupressure point that you can find if you have any sinus problems. There's a sinus cavity about a third of the way from the corner of your eye, the top eye socket, and also the lower eye part of the eye socket. So if you very, very carefully come onto that bone, it's a very small little notch that you might feel. It's usually a little harder to feel under the eyebrows, but I feel it, it's there. And we come out to the corner, the outer corner, up in the inner corner again. Very, very gently circle around the eye socket until you come to that little notch. You can just put a little tiny bit more pressure there, and then come all the way out to the outer corner. There we go. And then just gently take your fingertips and roll them around, circling around your cheeks and your whole face, even in front of your ears. Oh, we didn't get the front and back of our ears. So take your index finger in front and your middle finger behind the ear. Get front and back, and then you can take your fingers or your thumb or whatever you want to get the whole inner and outer ear. If you've ever seen a reflexology chart of the foot, there's the same reflexology chart of the ear and even the hands. They're not used as much because they're smaller, so it's easier to get to the points on the bottom of our feet. But you can find it on the internet. When you're doing this, you come across any little tender spot. Maybe you can search the internet, see. That can give you a clue to take care of something. And sometimes that's one of the wonders of doing yoga and Tai Chi and Qigong, is that we can detect possibly little subtle signs of something that we need to take care of, that needs tending. So we can take care of it before it gets out of hand. Like the old adage, a stitch in time. Saves money. Get around, you circle around your nose and your mouth. And then come on up to the jaw joint again. Fingers on top, thumb underneath, trace down your jawbone. And then come on to, I'm going to put my headband down and we'll massage our scalp with our fingertips. And I notice that my shoulders are getting a little tense, so I'm going to relax them. I'm going to keep them soft. So just keep circling around your scalp, loosening it up. And then especially spend some time around the occipital lobe. And then I like to take my fingers under the occipital lobe, which is right at the base of your skull, back of your back. Lift that up, and that helps tuck my chin forward, getting a little length in the back of my neck. Nice. And then just going to wipe it all off. Anything that no longer serves us, so we give it to our dear Mother Earth with love and so much gratitude for all that the Earth gives to us. Now, I'll put my glasses back on, headband, and back on. So I guess this is one of the benefits of a home practice, is that, oh well, so my hair looks low, so my hair isn't perfect. You know, perfect buffer. It's okay. Okay, so let's just loosen up our body again. And actually just bounce a little bit. You can even come up on your heels if you like, but just let your body be as loose as you can. As you're bouncing, the main bounce is in the knees, but because you're going back and forth, you can feel it in your shoulders, and maybe your head moves a little bit, bringing that sense of relaxation, of a relaxed movement in your body. And then when you slow it down, nice sigh there. Inhale through the nose, exhale with a sigh. Alrighty, so now your hands, open them up. So you will gather the chee right now. With all that beautiful chee, bring it into our dantian, the storehouse of chee. So think the beauty of the earth, even before we get started. Think of the beauty of the earth and the beauty of the universe. The beauty of humanity. And let's just gather it up slowly. Gather it all the way up. With so much gratitude, with so much love, bring it down into ourselves. Letting that chi just circulate around our body. So gather it from the earth. Universe, the divine feminine, the divine masculine. Till the yin and yang. That ancient symbol. Chi. Actively calm. Calmly active. Balance. Harmony. Slightly apart as we're doing this, the knees are soft. Loving kindness and forgiveness. Love and light. Peace and joy. Gentle, strong, health, and well-being. This time we'll bring it right down, right directly into our dantian. We gathered up all that chi, so now let's get some of it out. So let's turn out the right foot. Step forward, not very far with our left. And we'll bring our right hip forward. Bring our hands up right in front of our heart. And with our fingers just gently rounded, we'll roll around and a ball of energy, a ball of chi. So feel that chi. Come back vertically. Maybe if you stand open, come closed, you can feel it between your fingertips. So now we give this blessing to all people, to all things, to all children, not just human children, but animals and birds, all blessings, all that beautiful chi to all beings. circle it back in. To get down to the earth. Bring the right foot in, left foot in, and the right foot together, so they're together. And now we'll turn the left foot out. Just slide the right foot, not very far, but straight ahead. Pull the back hip forward and the front hip back. First, we'll gather up just a tiny little bit of that beautiful chi again into our bodies. And then give it out. Thinking of every single part of this earth. The rocks, the stones, the air, the little bugs, and the birds and the bees, fishes in the sea. Give it to them. Gratitude in all of humanity, especially the children. Just knowing we want to make the earth a wonderful place for our children to grow, then to give it for them to give it to their children. So now we'll just bring it a little bit back and come back. So we'll end our practice today with the same gesture that we began. Palmed in and opening up your hands, raising them up right from your breath. Breathe into the hands. Purifying the energy. Left hand rises, right hand down, connecting with the universe and the earth, right around our dawn. Just take a couple of moments to stand here, breathe, maybe closing your eyes down, and just feel that beautiful energy filling you up. Beautiful chi. Maybe you can even see it or feel golden light around you. Breathing in and out, beautiful spirit light. And surrounds and fills. Connecting us to one another. Actually, we are connected. We don't need to be connected. We are connected. Maybe this helps us feel that connection. So thank you for joining me. Have a lovely rest of the day, rest of the week, the month, of the year. Namaste. All blessings to you. Beings. So here we go. Bye.